full-service Aveda salon and spa, located in the heart of historic downtown Vermilion.
Coming up on Coyote News, how a new student organization is promoting cultural unity within the community.
Plus, how the university is handling COVID-19 inside and outside the classroom. Coyote News starts right now.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah Burgraff.
And I'm Kyle Ireland. We'll get to those stories and more. But first, the number of confirmed coronavirus cases in South Dakota has reached the 15,300 mark after 191 new cases yesterday. Of those, some 15,078 are currently hospitalized.
Governor Kristi Noem defended her coronavirus strategy this morning, calling it a, quote, balanced approach that allows the state's economy to continue to progress during the pandemic. South Dakota currently ranks second in the country for a new cases per capita. The current number of active cases at USD is at 70 for both students and faculty. 339 are currently quarantined. 49 of those are isolated on campus. The COVID-19 dashboard on the USD website is updated whenever there's a positive case or a recovery. So, Kyle, it's gotten kind of chilly over these past few days. Is fall here to stay, or are we looking at some warmer temperatures coming?
Well, Leah, it's going to get warmer, but there's chances of rain throughout all of the rest of the week. Right now, it's 46 degrees and cloudy outside, which is just about the high for today. The low tonight could dip down around 38 with a 10-mile-per-hour wind chill. Tomorrow's looking to be warmer with highs around 65 degrees with lows in the high 40s. Friday brings a 90% chance of rain and a high of 61. The sun will work its way out of the clouds this weekend with highs in the 70s and low chances of rain. And that's your Coyote weather.
Thanks, Kyle. A new student organization made their voices heard last Wednesday at their first Justice for Black Lives March. The Cultural Wellness Coalition, or CWC, sent an open invitation to anyone in the community to march at the Dakota Dome. Many, including USD football team, came to make their voices heard. The rally came in the wake of the Jacob Blake shooting, but one university football player says it's more than one isolated incident.
The reason we decided to do the Black Lives Matter march is because recently Jacob Blake, which is another outrage that happened when he got shot in his back 7 times. And also we've seen it with George Floyd at the same time. And we as a group and as a community, we just felt like it was happening too much and too often. And we felt like we needed to bring awareness to the situation and also to Vermilion.
March's conclusion, words of encouragement to educate, listen, and engage in conversation were given by members of the CWC in hopes to break down cultural borders between the Vermilion community. We have a member of the CWC live in the muck with Delaney Nillis to just learn more about what they have to offer the community going forward. Delaney?
Thanks, Aaliyah. I'm here with Savannah Lucas, treasurer of the CWC. Hi. Savannah, what are your plans for upcoming events on campus for the CWC?
For the CWC, as of right now, our first step was having the march, which was a success. But as of right now, we are just focusing on informing USD about all of the cultural awarenesses that are going on right now. But we do have many projects to come that I can't comment on right now, but just trust that many great things are coming.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And what are the organization's plans on bridging the gap between cultures on campus?
Like I mentioned before, is just spreading awareness right now. And with the projects to come, we definitely want to just bring more awareness. That's what we're doing right now.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. The CWC meets every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. over Zoom, and all are welcome to join. Live from the muck with Coyote News, I'm Delaney Nellis.
Thanks, Delaney.
Okay, thank you.
Coming up on Coyote News, how COVID-19 has changed USD since allowing in-person classes.
I like shooting live because you have a greater responsibility. You get to go out, get hands-on experience in the field, and you know it's leading you to something great for the future. I really like the teamwork and being able to communicate with people. We all know what jobs we're supposed to be doing, and we all know what needs to get done. There's something about being live outside of the studio. Being on your own, it's just a different energy. I like being part of a team and working together to get the perfect interview. I think it's worth it from all the experience and all the skills you're going to get from it. It definitely helps you break down some barriers and opens you up to new experiences.
Lately, you might have seen one of these red stands around campus and wondered, hey, what's the volant? Well, actually, it's pronounced the volant. We've served as the student's voice since 1887. We capture the moments and the stories that matter and bring them to you for free on both digital and print platforms. News, verb, sports, opinion. It's important to you, it's important to us, because, well, we're one and the same. We're the volant. Pick us up.
This is Coyote News.
After a downward trend in COVID-19 student cases, the Muck is again reopened for indoor dining. You can now get your food and eat in the Muck. Grab-and-go options like Grubhub are still available to students who would rather take their food home. When eating or drinking, students are allowed to remove their face coverings, but are supposed to put them back on when they're finished.
Inside the classroom, facilities management has their own methods for slowing the spread, including getting help from professors. At least once per day, classrooms are cleaned and supplied with new sanitizing wipes and spray bottles. Though it isn't required, professors may clean the surfaces that students have touched before and after classes. Face shields, masks, and hand sanitizers are available to faculty when needed. Plexiglass barriers and hand sanitizing stations have also been installed by facilities management. With 74 staff members, facilities has been able to keep up with the COVID-19 task force's procedures to stay within the CDC recommended guidelines. Students could help slow the spread by washing their hands, avoid touching their faces, and wearing a mask in public, according to the COVID-19 task force.
From an overflow of freshmen last fall to COVID this semester, university housing has had its challenges. Coyote News' Jacob Forrester learned more about what happens to on-campus students that contract the COVID-19 virus.
When students test positive for COVID-19 or have come into direct contact with another student who tested positive, they're required to go into isolation for extended periods of time. To make this possible, university housing had to move around and consolidate housing applicants. I spoke to Cody Burgraff, Assistant Director of University Housing, to find out more.
There are many rooms available at USD, and not all of them are going to be used regardless in a normal year. So we just kind of consolidated all the openings to be on specific floors. So that's how we created our isolation and quarantine spaces.
The university did not take a significantly lower number of applicants this year, but was able to make space anyways. Students are handling the transition into and out of isolation without major difficulties.
They seem to be doing very well. I mean, we try to make it as good of an experience as possible when we're uprooting them for, anywhere from 10 days to 2 weeks.
In case the university does run out of isolation rooms, housing has reached out to hotels in Vermilion to be able to use space, although housing does not at this stage anticipate needing to take that step. For Coyote News, I'm Jacob Forster.
Anyone curious about how many students are in isolation due to COVID can look on the university's COVID-19 dashboard.
South Dakota's tallest rock climbing wall was temporarily shut down last spring in an attempt to stop the spread of COVID-19. I met with USD's Wellness Center director to discuss whether we can see it opening up again later this fall. The ropes that hang down from the rock wall on USD's campus dangle untouched. The wall is set to be open once students return to campus. But the shutting down of the Wellness Center last week pushed this goal back, reopening the center at a level 1 response.
Phase 1 was a phase we opened with on August 5th before students started returning. Phase 1 consisted of ellipticals, treadmills, and other cardio equipment, plus all of our weight equipment and a track. So at this point, that's what we're back to.
Exceptions have been made to Phase 1, including the start of all outdoor intramural sports as scheduled. Mayor says he hopes they can find an exception for the rock wall as well.
We've asked for an exception because we think it is fairly safe to be in there with a couple of patrons and a couple of workers, so we'll see where that goes.
Mayors does not currently have an idea when the center will progress back to a Phase 2. Reporting for Coyote News, I'm Aaliyah Burgraff. For more information on COVID-19 procedures around campus, contact the Dean of Students. So, Darian, even though there's a lack of college sports this semester, there's still plenty to report on.
Well, that's right, Aaliyah, and we'll talk more next in sports.
is Coyote News.
Welcome to Coyote Sports. I'm Darian Bolden. Even though most fall sporting events at USD have been canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic, student athletes are still reporting to practice while following the recommended CDC guidelines. Coyote News will continue to cover the activities of the Yo athletes as well as those of intramural competitors and Vermilion High School varsity sports. During the offseason, former South Dakota's men's basketball player Tyler Hagedorn signed a 3-year contract with the EuroCup basketball team in Montenegro. Hagedorn is excited about playing overseas, and he says he can't wait to experience a different country and learn about their culture. Last season was Hagedorn's 5th with the Coyotes. He was a 2-time All-Summit League selection and led the nation in three-point percentages his senior season. Dakota Dome renovations began in February of 2019. The first phase of construction just finished in August. And even though their fall season was canceled, the USD football team got a first glance at their new home. The $26.3 million project now has new entrances, seating, as well as brighter lights and speakers. Football players got a chance to see one of the biggest new additions. A new player locker room, a new gray uniform was also unveiled to the team, giving a glimpse into the future when games begin once again. The Esports Lab opens its doors to students late this afternoon. Video game fans and the USD Esports team have a new place to take on competitors in their favorite virtual world. Housed inside the McCusick Center on the southeast corner of campus, the new lab has been transformed into a gaming arena and permanent home for USD's Esports Club. The club is a member of the National Association of Collegiate Esports, or NACE, and will compete against other universities. Connor Singhuisen is an assistant director of sports clubs and intramurals.
So this is the brand new esports arena. We opened last Friday. It is a gaming lounge for all USC students, faculty, and staff members that want to come in and play games. We will have 24 computer gaming stations once we're all up and running, and we have been able to advance past the COVID-19 pandemic. But so 24 computers, all kinds of PC games loaded. You can download games that you would like. We also have 2 console gaming lounges with TVs. As soon as the new Xbox and PlayStation 5 come out, we will purchase those and install those. As of right now, we have an Xbox One and a PS4 up and running.
The arena hours are 3 to 11 on Monday through Thursday, and 2 on midnight on Friday, noon to 10 on Saturday, and 2 to 8 on Sunday. The arena is open to all students, faculty, and staff. Tryouts for the Esports Club are being held today and tomorrow, and there's a potential for player scholarships in the future. Delaney Nillis is live in the muck with an esports team representative to talk about the importance of the sport at USD. Delaney?
Thanks, Darian. I'm here with Connor Singhuisen, Assistant Director of the Esports Arena. Connor, what excites you the most about being a part of the first esports arena on campus?
I think what excites me the most is the potential for this space. It's an awesome opportunity for students to recreate, meet new gamers, have an awesome opportunity to instill some camaraderie among the esports club, and just see what else is out there.
And why is it important for USD to have an esports arena?
An opportunity for students to get out of their rooms and game. We get to compete against institutions across the nation, across the state, and it really brings us up to par and sets us up some institutions across the state and sets us well ahead of others as far as the space for gamers.
And what can we expect for events coming out of the arena?
Yeah, so we started off the weekend after school started with a Rocket League tournament. We're hoping to increase our tournament offerings such as Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, League of Legends, and the like. Once we get through our esports tryouts. The club also has tournaments going every Saturday that they compete in on a national basis.
Thanks, Connor. The arena is open from 2 p.m. until midnight tomorrow. Live from the muck, I'm Delaney Nellis.
Thanks, Delaney. That's all for Coyote Sports. Coming up on Coyote News, we asked incoming freshmen what they're looking forward to most about being in person for classes this semester.
Vermilion Area Arts Council believes the vibrant presence of the visual, performance, and literary arts is essential to a sustainable community, so come get creative at the VAC.
Gallagher Center for Experiential Learning and Education Abroad provides students once-in-a-lifetime opportunities through many of our student-centered programming.
Through the Gallagher Center, I can find experiences such as service learning, study abroad, national student exchange, and undergraduate research.
Visit our website to learn more about all the cool things you can do through the Gallagher Center.
This is Coyote News.
In this week's Out and About, we asked incoming freshmen what they look forward to most about being on campus.
Here's what they had to say.
Students coming back on campus. I was here during summer. It was like literally nobody here. So like new faces over here, that would be so nice.
I'm just seeing the whole college experience and like what it's like to be at college.
Meeting my roommate, probably.
Meeting new people, just getting to...
Has to be meeting a bunch of new people.
I meet as many people as I can, and then once classes get started, that'll be quite a bit of fun too. You'll learn something I actually want to learn now.
I'm really excited to meet new people, meet my roommate, and just get everything all set up. Probably decorating my dorm. Just meeting new people and like getting to see my roommate for the first time. Living with my cousin.
The new opportunity it'll present. I'm excited that it's the next chapter in my life, and I think it'll be good here.
I'm excited to try the gym and the fitness center.
Well, I don't know about you, but my favorite part about moving back to Vermilion would definitely have to be moving out of my parents' house finally and back in with my roommates.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you there. Paying rent on an apartment all summer and not being able to live there is pretty rough.
Yeah. Well, be sure to pick up this week's edition of The Volant, featuring a story about an off-campus grocery service for students who are in quarantine.
That's all for Coyote News. Be sure to like us on Facebook, as well as follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
And watch and listen for Coyote News daily updates throughout the week on KAOR and the Coyote News social media pages.
Thank you, and have a great night.